Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be continuing the Let's Play for Reverse 1999. So then, last time we went through the story for Hissabeth as part of this Cosmic Overture patch here. And yeah, like I said last time, the story was okay. It wasn't anything too crazy or too exciting, but it had a couple of very good moments. And introduction of a very interesting and entertaining new character in Prisma Green. But outside of that, I would say probably the two most interesting things about that story outside of Prisma Green were the showcase of Hissabeth and how she telepathically talks with her siblings. That whole mind palace thing was very insightful to see, pun intended. And probably the saddest part about that whole story was the fact that Kiperina is probably gonna be left alone for a while because of her friends doing other things and having to go to other places and stuff like that. So that was probably the saddest thing about that whole story. The little bean being left alone for a while, which I feel like is one of the things that was brought up in Cosmic Overture, like the main portion of the story, or kind of hinted at quite a lot through Kiperina, that she fears that she's gonna be left alone as stuff is happening, and that's kind of coming to fruition now, which is very sad. But yeah, outside of that, it was okay. The story was mostly okay, and I saw that consensus kind of brought up as well in the comments of the previous episode, including a couple of very funny comments, especially one about whoever. To paraphrase a tiny bit, that whoever is actually one day gonna be dating or even marrying Hissabeth gets a full package of all these siblings, I guess. Oh boy, that is. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. One person is enough. One person to have a relationship with is enough. Jeez. Oh, no. No, just no. But yeah, speaking of the comments on the previous episode, from Mask Re9Re, who said, I'm a little disappointed with this story because in the main story, Hissabeth tells the story of how her parents were taken by the storm when she arrived at Laplace, and she didn't show any sign of sadness until she broke a pencil and started crying. I expected that story to be her story. This story feels like it should have been her anecdote, and that story, the story of the character. I honestly fully agree with that. I was also thinking about the little hints about her past that were given in the main portion of the Cosmic Overture story, that those are gonna be addressed in her character story, especially because the character story had that one image of Hissabeth in her younger days, essentially, when she saw that comet as well. So yeah, I kind of fully agree with that whole time period of her life might have been a better use for a story. But anyway, continuing. In the main story, Camille was mentioned in a letter to her from Estelle, one of the snakes, and almost all of the snake names appear there. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you for that reminder. Again, I know I keep repeating myself with that, but just always to remind people, if a name appears anywhere in a story, that I should be realizing that they're from a story that I already seen, be it main, side story, or something, do keep reminding me about that in the comments. If it appears and I don't react to it or don't say like anything to it, just don't be afraid to remind me of, hey, this was mentioned in this that you already went through, because I guarantee you I will forget. Terrible memory for names. Anyway, to finish off, Hissabeth's real name is Sylvie, as almost all the characters in the game have code names, and in Chapter 7 Enigma mentions some names that were taken by the storm, and he blames himself. Sylvia is one of those names. Either it is just a coincidence, or they planned for the story to end differently, and they changed their minds and changed just one letter of her name. Yeah, that is definitely a coincidence, I would say. It's either a coincidence or they felt like Sylvie is a good name for someone who is essentially very akin to a Medusa, but yeah, very Very interesting, but I would still say, like you mentioned, that it's probably coincidence that they picked that name. Who knows? Maybe it also slipped their mind when they were picking a name for a real name for Hissabeth, that there was already a Sylvia mentioned by another character. Maybe it slipped their mind and it just stayed that way. The funnier thing would be if they actually picked Sylvia as her name, but then realized, oh crap, we already used Sylvia, we have to change this, and then it changed one letter. Because at the end of the day, Sylvia and Sylvie are definitely two separate names. It's not just a funny thing of just change one letter in the name. But yeah, interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And once again, thank you for the reminder for those names that were brought up before. Yeah, in general, Mask, thank you very much for the comment. But yeah, that is that. A couple of other things that I saw brought up, once again, regarding the comet thing that I was bringing up in the previous episode, because I saw you guys bringing up theories about that the comet that was seen by Nameday and Hissabeth in their younger days was probably Voyager. One of you guys brought up in the previous episode that that the community actually did did form a very solid theory and a timeline essentially of Voyager's travel, and that it probably was her who those two saw on that day. So that's kind of even adding more to the whole story, and Voyager's appearance on Earth, that she actually was the guiding star for those two. Honestly, it would have been even funnier if they would have added into the story when Nameday and Hissabeth see Voyager for the first time, that they look at her and kind of like subconsciously just go like, I feel like I've seen you before. Coincidence? I don't know. And then moved on. That would have been actually funny. And also because I saw it brought up in the previous episode, and I'm probably gonna be doing the same thing myself in the coming weeks, for anybody who is gonna be jumping into the actual, because of the collaboration, into the actual Assassin's Creed games, specifically into AC2 and Odyssey, enjoy! I myself have literally downloaded on my PS5, so I have something to play while videos are rendering. I downloaded AC Odyssey. I haven't played it yet, because I'm trying to finish something else first. But probably at some point over the next coming weeks, I'm gonna jump into AC Odyssey just to see how the story is, how the character compares between the collaboration version and her and Cassandra's version in AC Odyssey. But for anybody who jumps into AC2, and I did see one comment bring up that they will be jumping into AC2, enjoy! Remember, AC2 is a trilogy. As much as the number 2 stands there, it is 3 games essentially, 3 very separate games, and from what I remember at least, they were all very good, very entertaining. I mostly enjoyed the stories personally between those 3, specifically and more likely because of the fact that the stories are centered all around one character being Ezio, and you literally get to see the guy grow old. You literally get to see him go from like a late teenager, something around there, can't remember the actual age where he starts on, then you see him later in life as an adult, and then you see him pretty much in grandpa years at the end. And the story of him just going through life, making all of these weird discoveries and everything, and how it shapes his existence and mind and everything, it's fascinating. It's... out of the Assassin's Creed games that I've seen, it's definitely my favorite, personal favorite. And it's probably because of the whole life view that you see from Ezio. Do also remember, if you have not played AC1 and you're jumping into AC2, do remember, the games also feature a second protagonist, which is the current time modern day representation or descendant, essentially Desmond. So remember, you're playing essentially 2 characters throughout those games. If Desmond confuses you when you jump into AC2, just leave it be and keep on playing and see how that also develops, because there is a whole other can of worms with with that. But yeah, anyway, I think that's enough of that. Let's jump into this. So, Doomsday and the days after. Farewell to a tomorrow swept by rain, journeying forth on a long campaign, the past's whispers of spring's refrain. That is a nice little poem. That is a very nice little poem. Alright. Okay, no immediate cutscene. Oh, on discs, that's funny. Eight of them, of course. Alright, let's see what we get. Earthbound. This one, at least from the outset, feels like it's gonna be covering the story after... Maybe after the main story of Cosmic Overture. I mean, the previous one was also kind of set after. So let's see. Again and again, she has been haunted by the same dream. In it, her eyes are clouded by mist, and when she tries to speak, her words come out garbled. She is wrapped in a vast void, boundless and bare. Terror seizes her. She opens her mouth and lets out her first cry. Oh, wow! We're starting with her birth? But her faint cry is swallowed by the howling of a storm, its cruel wind tearing all things asunder. Somewhere deep within, she senses the vastness of the world she's entered, yet not a single corner of it feels meant for her. Baby. Baby crying. She begins to slip into unconsciousness. But vaguely, through the cold, she hears the bark of a dog and feels a warm, wet snout against her numb face. Oh, yeah, good boy. Oh, yeah, good sled dog. Sorry. Oh, Kozlov. Easy now, easy. Settle down, you cheeky girl. What have you found this time? Don't tell me it's another little bear. Oh dear. His smile vanishes into a look of open shock. Urgent footsteps press into the soft snow, reaching her ears, and then... the world spins around her. Oh, this is gonna be a heartbreaking story. I already have shivers down my spine. Oh no. This story is exactly what I was hoping. If this is gonna go the way it started right now, this story is exactly what I was hoping from the Hissabeth story to be like. Alright. You poor child. Look at you. Chilled to the bone. Those tiny little hands. Like ice. He holds her close to him, tucking her under his coat. The world shrinks in an instant. Aww. But this cramped place holds such warmth. The howling storm can no longer reach her. Her frozen limbs begin to thaw, and a deep sense of safety settles in. You are safe now, little one. There is nothing to fear. Okay. If this mood continues, I will be destroyed by the end of the story. Oh God. 1, 2, 3. No more, no less. Just 7. Just how it was before I left. New Office Plesetsk. The girl gives a satisfied nod as she turns her gaze away from the tropical fish in the tank. After days of observation on her return from space, The end of her long quarantine feels like stepping out from another world. At least it seems like she has her feet planted on solid ground again. But a drifting voice halts the smile rising on her lips.
In fact,
I ordered 10, but with the storm, logistics have been a complete mess. The leader said unless one of us is dying from a severe ornamental fish fillet deficiency, we'll have to wait our turn on the exotic fish list. He bred these new ones himself, and because he thinks our lovely little teleport discs will save him a ton of trouble someday, he's loaned them to us from his personal collection.
Are you saying that?
just not the same pals as before.
We have 7, just not the same pals as before. The Melusine lifts one of her hidden siblings from the coils of her hair.
So,
listen up, you lot. No sneaky snacking this time, or we're paying for it. And we don't have that kind of money. No idea how to say that. Fin? And fin? Fin? I have no idea. Never heard that one from French phrases. That's your fault for insisting on recreating the exact same lab at this branch. Let it go already. This is all that mouthy, overcharging salamander's fault. We haven't even gotten this month's allowance yet, and you're already splashing cash around like it grows on trees. We are still working on the data Kiperina brought from space. Maintaining a consistent research environment will help keep our thinking on track, non? Hold on. Did I just hear one of your snakes accuse me of overcharging? My prices are completely fair. Hell, I'll give you them for practically a steal. Don't underestimate the pricing on getting identical tables and chairs in times like these. It's not exactly easy to get your hands on them. Alright, he's still around. The tiny salamander has stirred from its nap and launches into a spat with the serpentine siblings. But their loud commotion seems almost impossible distant to Kiperina.
The storm. Every version.
Oh, never mind, I was fully voiced. I thought he's gonna stop at the storm. Just saying the words seems to strike her with an unexpected harshness, as though she hadn't been ready for it. She tries to avert her eyes, but she's drawn back to the echo tank again. The fish dart playfully through the water. She used to feel so much joy watching them, but then... They're not the same ones as before.
They're gone.
Oh boy. A wave of dizziness sweeps over her. She feels like she has returned to the weightless void of space, but now without the company of the stars. In the endless darkness, a colossal presence stirs. Its pole catches her, and she begins to fall.
So, what's your plan?
Her fading awareness is drawn back to Earth by an envelope waving before her eyes.
This is...
Knew it. You were off floating in the stratosphere again, weren't you? Voila! This is a letter from the St. Paul Foundation, addressed to the esteemed astronaut, no less. Seems the Foundation's quite interested in what we pulled off, so they're teaming up with Laplace to throw a banquet meets scholarly exchange sort of to celebrate. Everyone's on the list. Names you know and more than a few you won't.
What would that look?
I just...
Did what I could. It really isn't something worth celebrating. Maybe there might be something else I should be doing? Like... She pauses for a moment, then lets the words leave her lips.
About the storm.
Are there any updates on the storm? And could there be something I can do to help? She longs for good news, though she could not possibly explain what kind of news she's hoping for exactly. but all she is met with is the composed expression on Hissabeth's face.
About that.
The data you brought back has definitely been helpful. We've already made great progress. But you're with Laplace now. You have to understand, when it comes to a problem like the storm, it won't be solved quickly. The researcher gives her little astronaut friend a gentle pat on the shoulder.
Be patient.
You've done your part. Now it's time for us office-bound eggheads to take over. Ben sir, we don't usually say things like this, but come on, you just came back from space. You nearly died up there. What you need right now is a bit of rest and relaxation, not work. Well, considering how jumbled her head is right now, she either needs that, but she should rest with someone by her side so she can talk to them, or just go back to work so it doesn't really overwhelm her immediately. You know, distract the mind for a tiny bit would also help. Anyway, the little astronaut's brow remains furrowed.
You know what?
Here, take this. Oh. 3 familiar items, along with the invitation, are pressed into Kiperina's arms. Well, this has been a while. Sign here. These are the teleport discs we used before, yes? They're new and improved based on the data from your trip. In theory, you only need to think of the destination to trigger these things. Wow, they really move these quickly. The banquet's in a week. If you can sit still till then, it might be the perfect chance to help us test them out and collect a bit of field data, none? A subtle light returns to the girl's sky-blue eyes.
No problem.
Miss Hissabeth, you can leave it to me.
But a thought hits her, and she falters again.
But
To use them, I need a destination to teleport to.
where should I go?
Hissabeth smiles, perfectly at ease.
It's all up to you.
She gotta teleport back to Plesetsk, or rather to the town. Kiperina closes the office door behind her and lets out a soft sigh.
Miss Kiperina.
Oh, hi. Miss Kiperina, is something the matter? I'm surprised to see our brave astronaut looking so glum. What do you mean? She literally just lost her parents the other day. Dude. Please. Alright. Next one. A long winter. A rather surprising duo approaches from the far end of the hallway. I assumed Hissabeth summoned you to tell you about the banquet, yes? Voyager! Sorry.
Nothing. I'll do whatever I must do.
Voyager has to be the easiest character to extract some voice lines for, or record a couple of voice lines that can be reused for her. Most of it is humming, a couple of huh voices, yes, no, friends, family, and the rest is just music. Unless something changes all of a sudden.
You'll be going to the banquet too, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all be there. Doomsday discreetly eyes the teleport discs clutched to her chest, then, reading the mood, steers the conversation elsewhere. But before the banquet, your little friend and I need to make a trip to one of the Foundation's branches. Oh, this is when they're leaving, cause in Hissabeth's story, it was mentioned that the two of them were not around. The mention of her friend immediately captures Kiperina's attention.
Are you saying that?
You and Voyager? May I ask What for?
So the thing is,
So the thing is, you saw how Voyager experienced all those unusual arcane fluctuations. Given the Foundation's interest and the fact that Voyager hasn't been formally registered yet, they'd like her to visit ahead of time. That way, we can complete the formalities before the banquet, and if time permits, I believe the scholars at headquarters are hoping to learn a little more about her.
A journey. The road is so beautiful.
Wow. 5 words! Impressive! Following Voyager's meaningful glance toward name day, Kiperina understands what her friend is trying to say.
You mean the road has beautiful sights along the way? So you're happy to go?
Voyager just nods.
I remember.
I remember you mentioned that even the nearest Foundation branch is still very far from here, right, Mr. Nameday? I don't really know where Voyager is from.
Well, you were up there.
But sometimes she seems a little unfamiliar with such basic things. I'm not sure.
don't worry.
Don't worry, she can take care of herself. And besides... He turns his head, glancing over at the delicate and seemingly harmless girl beside him. I mean, I'll take the delicate thing, but harmless? Harmless as long as you don't piss her off, probably. Voyager can wield that arcane skill of hers quite proficiently. I think she'd be able to get out of any trouble we might find ourselves in.
But
His words don't do much to ease her mind until her friend smiles up at her.
I want to go.
Damn, she's actually saying words. Like, not just single or 2 words at a time.
Want to see this planet.
you mean...
You mean you want to travel the whole world? So you've already decided what you want to do next.
And that's troubling for Kiperina because she doesn't know what to do next. The excitement in her friend's eyes lifts Kiperina's spirits, though it comes with a strange unspoken melancholy. Yup. Brushing off the odd sensation welling up inside, she lets herself smile in return.
Alright.
If you've made up your mind, I won't stand in your way.
However, be careful on the road ahead.
Don't go around talking to strangers, and certainly don't accept any food from them.
Who's the older one? She holds out her fingers, counting off every precaution she can think of. You know you could come too, if you'd like. That way Voyager will have someone to keep her company. After the paperwork's finished, we'll head to the banquet together. The invitation is tempting, but after a brief pause, Kiperina shakes her head.
Thank you. But... no.
I've already promised Miss Hissabeth I'd help her with her research.
I think... I have my own destination.
It's simply that she hasn't found it yet. Yep. She is stuck in a rut.
Excuse me, Miss Hissabeth.
I just need to double check something with you.
Just a while ago.
I happened to pass Kiperina in the hall just now. She seems a little out of sorts.
We agreed she'd stay at the branch and rest up properly for a few days.
Sorry, what's going on?
But she told me she intends to continue assisting with your research. Sorry, what's going on? Doomsday's typical courtesies seem to have fallen by the wayside as he bites straight into the point. Despite that, Hissabeth is as cool as ever.
You think we didn't want to give her a break? She beat us to it before we could even open our mouths.
I just brought up the banquet and she practically had an allergic reaction to the idea, like, no, I don't need a party, I just need to work. Fate has a sick laugh at your expense, and what do? Act like nothing happened, brush off the pain, rushing headfirst into the next big noble cause. Right, from Hissabeth's perspective, this is gonna be like her coping with, her parents being lost to the storm. She knows what she is doing, what Kiperina is doing, that is.
I just don't get it.
I just don't get it. It seems like everyone here can't help but be a martyr. Yes, myself included. The Melusine shakes her head and tosses the file she was reading onto the desk, rougher than she should. It made her an excellent little astronaut, I admit it, but honestly, I don't understand where it comes from. For a brief moment, the young man is at a loss for words. Staying busy sometimes is the best way to help you stop thinking. She might believe she chose her path and braced herself for the consequences, but knowing something is coming isn't much help for when you actually experience it.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
To send her out into the world so soon after the first storm, her first storm. Though he favors a more measured pace, it's clear the person across from him sees things differently. If she takes things slow, I think she'll be even more likely to go mad. She's the kind to charge in before she knows which way is up. It's a good thing. It means she's tough, and I'd bet she's better than any of us at finding the right balance.
Before she sets sail, she needs to decide on a destination for herself.
Also, very weirdly, I already feel like this story has way many more voiced lines than what Hissabeth's story had. Fascinating. Alright. Doomsday. Well, that's great. What a title. Kiperina reaches the end of the hallway, wearing a heavy frown, then turns back, her steps tracing the same path again and again. Oh, is she going just back and forth, like thinking? Come on now, don't tell me you still haven't made up your mind. The salamander pops its head out with restless impatience. So, Miss... Snakehead. So Miss Snakehead just wants you to test those new teleport discs, am I right? Come on, kid. Sounds to me like you've got a free pass to go anywhere.
But
where is anywhere? The world is just so big.
I'm sorry.
I think my indecision has wasted your time.
Her remorseful face makes Hanjiang squirm a little. It rubs at its skin, not sure of what to say. You've got nothing to apologize for. I'm the one who decided to tag along. These teleport discs are going to be hot stuff soon, but Laplace isn't likely to be offering them up to the public just yet. Which means, if I want to keep digging into how these things actually work, and I don't want to keep bagging that mean snakehead, then I'll just have to ride your coattails for the next little while. Listen, wherever you go, I go. If you take a couple extra minutes, so what? It's not the end of the world. Take your time. Think all you like. He just smells the money. Something in his phrasing catches Kiperina slightly off guard.
The end of the world.
I used to believe in all those prophecies about the end of the world. I remember once when I was 5, when we performed in a town where there was this old fortune teller lady.
She said that one day, all that we love will be gone.
The earth will split open, then the waters will rise.
Why did I just think about the monument mythos? The earth will split open. I was about to interject there and say like the horned serpent will rise. Anyway.
I remember being so frightened when I heard that. I rushed into the tent and hugged Mr. Kozlov tight. I didn't even say anything. He was worried for a long time after that.
About me. A thought dawns in her mind and spreads across her face.
I still remember.
It was in Murmansk. It was where Mr. Kozlov found me. He told me about it when we returned there for a performance. That was 10 years ago.
The year was 1977.
Oh, sounds like you might want to pay that place a visit. She hesitates, then nods, her face resolute and certain.
Yes.
Well, here we go. She pulls out the first teleport disc. I don't think that is a voice line she's saying. I think that's a mistake, but whatever. She whispers the destination in her mind, invoking the teleport ritual. That's what she said to herself, apparently, according to the text bubble. She takes a deep breath.
My destination is Murmansk.
Scattered memories of the city flood her mind. The ships in the port, the towering statues, memories flowing away in reverse to a distant past. A warm coat shields her from the snowstorm, and a tent provides the canopy for a small world filled with laughter and joy. The ritual takes hold, the disc shakes in her grasp, and without warning auto-scrolling? Another word surfaces in her thoughts. Home. Oh, minigame. Even after improvements, the teleport disc still requires unwavering focus. The minigame is gonna be the teleportation ritual. That's funny. Block out all distractions, fix your mind on the destination and let it carry you away. Use the joystick. Oh, I saw... I thought I read a comment in the last episode that said like you can use the Vazda keys to navigate the minigame. I thought that was about the minigame from Hissabeth's story. I was like, okay, good to know. Not that I'm gonna be able to play the minigame. This was probably what the comment meant. Okay, apologies. Use the joystick to tilt the screen and roll Kiperina's marble along. Tap here to switch control modes between right joystick mode and gyroscope mode, and okay, I get it. And left joystick mode. Okay. Okay, so roll the marble all the way down, huh? Oh god, this is... Actually, let me experiment. How does it look if I... Oh, gyroscope mode. Yeah, I thought this is what this is. Can I... No. Yeah, this would be like if I had the game on the phone. And this is the same. Okay. Funny. Honestly, this would be very fun to play on the phone. I had several of these marble labyrinth toys when I was a kid. They were fun. There we go. Oh my god. Perplexity weakens one's resolve. Giving into it will cloud Kiperina's mind and disrupt the teleportation. Avoid these obstacles at all costs. A single spark of light can calm a troubled soul. Let the aurora within Kiperina dispel the haze of perplexity. Okay, I see. There we go. This is a fun one. Heads up, you dear aunt that Natalia is Your dear Aunt Natalia... What, Jesus Christ. Heads up, your dear Aunt Natalia is making her grand entrance. In the distance, a slender figure slips into the tent. Oh my gosh, it's like she can really fly. The crowd holds their breath, even the gasps grow hushed and hesitant. She walks a wire barely a finger thick. A single slip would send her plummeting from dozens of meters above. Yet she moves as if walking on solid ground. From afar it looks as though she's walking on thin air. Finally she reaches the far end and greets the audience with a poised salute. After a moment of stunned quietude, thunderous applause bursts forth. Amazing! Utreniaya! Truly amazing! With a sea of applause, the man smiles down at the little girl beside him. There, you see? Nothing to worry about. Oh, Natalia's not going to fall. Andreas's knives won't miss. And, is Bion? Bion's not suddenly going to chop off your sister Lena. We pitched our big top good and strong, and no storm's taking it down. Even if the ground shakes or water comes rushing in, we'll still be safe inside. Ooh. No storm is taking it down. Well, that's why you must smile, Alia. Forget what that fortune teller said, child. The world's not ending. Not anytime soon. If only he knew. He would still say the same. He would still say the same to her, but only if he knew. Suburb, Murmansk. The cold wind howls, and the deep snow makes every step a struggle. But none of it slows her down.
I'm almost...
Not much farther. It's just ahead. I remember it so clearly. The circus was right over there, by that little lake.
Ah, who's that? Hello, hello? She hears a faint voice call out to her, but there's nothing behind her except the white snow. Down there! Following the voice, she glances down. A small head emerges from the opening of her coat.
What is it, Mr. Lizard?
I'm sorry.
I got distracted while using the disc. I think we ended up a little off course.
Almost there.
But I promise we're almost there.
The little salamander leaps up in a burst of outrage. Lizard! What lizard? I'm a salamander.
Hmm?
Oh, really?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I guess I never knew the difference.
Its little head shakes. Ah, no, that's not even what I wanted to say. What I wanted to ask is, where are we really headed? I mean, you got what I'm saying, don't you? Shards of frozen snow whip against her skin, and the wind's roar quietens Han Jung's voice to a whisper.
Mr. Mr. Salamander, what did you say?
I can't hear you.
What I'm saying is, no more, don't ever... The storm rages, the whipping snow covering the birds of the tiny salamander.
Please, get back in my coat for now. It's too windy out here.
The icy gusts hit her face like sharp blades. Her skin starts to flush with an odd, feverish warmth.
This was careless. It's so cold here. I should have brought a thicker coat.
She pauses, uncertain. Maybe it would be better to head back after all. But with her goal so close, Kiperina pushes her stiffening legs forward, all sense of caution being taken with the wind. It seems almost second nature to her. Oh boy. Alright, who's gonna Deus Ex Machina?
Almost dead.
Who's gonna be Deus Ex Machina her out of here? She has been moving blind against the onslaught of snow, wandering much longer than she planned. The stiffness and cold in her legs begins to radiate across her body.
There it is.
She finally sees what she's been looking for, and her snow-covered boots, heavy with cold, begin to move with miraculous speed.
This is it.
Over the small slope. That's where the circus was.
Oh, is she hoping that because... Why did Labyrinth flash on the screen for a moment?
Huh?
Is she hoping because time has been rewound that she's gonna find the circus here? Oh, probably not the case. She climbs up to the peak of the slope and finds herself solid. Nothing's there.
That's odd. Why?
She looks around as if in a daze, but her view tilts and spins with every turn of her head. Then the muffled impact of a heavy object falling into the snow. After a moment, her brain sluggishly registers. The heavy object was her. I said, that's enough! You're freezing to death, kid. Keep going like this and you're done for. Where are the other teleport discs? Hand them over. I'm taking it back. Something scrambles under her chest, shouting words she can barely make out.
Go back? Back to where?
Kiperina remembers the words that drifted to her through the storm. Words she tried to shut out. Uh-huh. Just stop, kid. Where are you even going? Don't you remember? Everyone from your circus was swept away by the storm.
Oh.
I forgot. What am I saying? I couldn't ever forget. Miss Hissabeth told me everything.
Yep, they're gone.
They're gone.
Yep. And then her consciousness begins to slip away. But this time there won't be anyone to shield her with a coat, to craft a tiny haven from the storm. All that she loved has vanished. For her, the end of the world has already come. Oof. Okay. Deus Ex Machina. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. Who could it be? I mean, out of all the characters who appeared, either suddenly for some reason Voyager will appear next to her, or Nameday because he was worried. Or we haven't seen her in a while, it's gonna be Windsong. But as sight and touch fade, she catches a faint sound. It sounds like footsteps. But how could that be? Yet the sound grows nearer with each passing moment. At last a voice rings out through the howling wind, different from the one she had hoped for, yet it is unmistakably real. Okay, woman.
Heavens, come on, child. Pick yourself up, please.
As her last shred of consciousness fades, two arms, warm and strong, just like she remembered, wrap around her. Okay. Who are we dealing with? Success! Thank you. Who's it gonna be? Oh! Oh wait. I thought this was highlighted for some reason. Huh. This one stays green because of the... I guess because of the minigame. Huh. Funny. Okay. A warm place in the north. Uh-huh. Is she being picked up by a random citizen of Marmunsk? Murmansk.
Huh.
The soothing sound of a faint metallic clink reaches her dreams, and Kiperina stirs up from her slumber. Cabin in the snow. Of course it's this background. I think they need more cabin backgrounds.
This is...
The room is slightly old-fashioned but warm. The wind still howls, shaking the windows from the outside, but within this little sheltered world, it soon fades away. Kiperina props herself up in bed, the thick blanket sliding down her chest.
No wonder I feel so warm.
Her companion, along with its weighty dwelling, leaps onto her belly. You're fully awake! You scared the life out of me! If I let anything happen to you, everyone back at home would have turned me into salamander jerky. Hey now, don't try getting up yet. She said you need to warm up your hands and feet a little longer.
She?
Anjang gestures outward as a woman in her 30s steps out from what looks like the kitchen. Okay, random woman.
That's right, dear. Just rest for a while. The frostbite's already been taken care of, but the ointment will work better if we keep it and you warm. Come now, let me tuck you in.
Oh,
Okay.
Her tone is warm and easy. Kiperina pauses for a moment, then lies back down without protest.
Were you the one who saved me?
I...
Don't know how to thank you enough. If it weren't for you,
A tray, laden with steaming soup, bread, and roasted sausages, is placed at Kiperina's bedside.
Anyone would have done the same. Falling down in the snow like that, the cold could have killed you. You go ahead and eat something now.
Thank you.
Larissa sure knows her way around the kitchen. Not to worry, I already tasted the food for you. Thanks. Kiperina sits up, placing the tray on her lap. The empty stomach sounds. She thinks she isn't hungry at first until the aroma of the food fills her nose.
I suppose I could eat.
The sausages and bread soon fill her empty stomach, mixing with the hot soup that brings a comforting warmth that spreads out as if seeping through her bones. The gloom in her heart fades, and she feels a sudden surge of renewed energy.
How are you feeling? A little better?
Yes, I'm doing much better.
The woman furrows her brow.
My dear, your face is still telling me otherwise.
Kiperina falls silent for a moment. Shame and regret begin to surface, rising like the steam from her bowel.
I just...
Never thought it could be so simple. That a simple bowl of soup and a blanket would make me feel like this. Losing something important, never seeing the people you love again. But does this mean people can just go on living as if nothing has changed?
Her hands shake, yet her eyes are unbearably dry. If only she could just shed a tear, perhaps it would bring her a little relief. But there's nothing there.
Is everyone like this?
No, just stuff like this hits everybody in at a different time, a different way, different moment. Some immediately, some sometime later.
Or is it only me?
Aw, poor baby. You... Hanjang opens his mouth, as if on the verge of speaking, but the words don't come out. The only sound in the room is the wind slipping through the crack in the door. After a moment, warm hands gently rest on Kiperina's shoulders.
That's not it, child. I don't know what you've been through, but I can tell that you're strong. And there is nothing wrong with being strong. Your family would never hold that against you. So...
Her hands gently cradle Kiperina's face.
Lift your head, dear.
She meets blue eyes as clear as a bright sky. Then a strange realization strikes her, as if she's seen those eyes before. Oh god, is that her mom? Oh god, is that her mom? Before she can clarify her thoughts, she finds herself speaking.
You...
Uh-oh. All at once her world is swallowed by darkness. Literally.
Oh,
Huh? Why the lights go out? Oof. What did I just bump into?
Oh no, that must have been the generator acting up again. The machine's been around since they retired it from the drilling site years ago. We just fixed it up last month. I guess that fix didn't take. Let's light a candle for now. I think there's one more around here. Just a moment.
The sound of rummaging through boxes moves sporadically around until, after a moment, a faint candle flickers, casting out the dim light.
At least we can see each other. But I'm not sure that we can hold out until the snow stops. This may be tricky. The generator.
Kiperina thinks for a moment before lifting the blanket from herself.
Maybe I can fix it. Can I take a look?
I mean, she would have the knowledge at this point. Especially her circus life and everything, she probably has a lot of technical know-how. Alright, next one is Days of Yore. Let's see. Oh, there we go. She fixed it. Yes, that's the ticket! After a few flickers, the lights inside the room come back on.
Impressive. Where did you learn how to tinker with machines like that?
Kiperina falters for a moment under the woman's admiring eyes.
Have you heard of those old stories about the end of the world? I used to believe in them, so I studied a lot about things like homemade generators and survival skills. I thought that with enough preparation I could protect everything around me from disaster, but in the end it didn't make a difference.
She realizes this isn't a topic she is eager to discuss right now. She looks around the room. It's strange though. For a home, it lacks a certain lived-in quality. And as a holiday cabin, it feels too much.
speaking of which,
What is this place? This cabin used to belong to a bear hunter. I made some changes, brought in some furnishings. For now, it's just a hut open to all varied travelers. I would never turn anyone away.
Noticing Kiperina's questioning look, the woman smiles.
You think it's a little odd, don't you? Why would I be out here in such a remote place? I have my reasons. We're about 10 kilometers west of Zapolyarny. To the northwest, there's a drilling site. I work as a doctor there, and my husband is a mechanic.
Uh-huh.
That's quite far on foot. Yes, it took us quite a while to get out here, but I didn't expect the weather to turn against us like this.
The woman stares out the window as the snow continues to pile outside.
The storm doesn't seem like it'll let up anytime soon. Let's just pass the time then. It all began a long time ago.
It immediately breaks into a story. Oh god. Uh-huh. That is a familiar tune.
Back then, my husband and I were still young. We had good jobs in the city. Then, one day, he came rushing home with a pile of papers.
Years ago, Moscow.
Look at this.
Look at these fools are insane. They want to dig a deep well, digging through the earth all the way to the deepest depths. It's not for oil or any other minerals, but just to find out what's at the earth's core. Tell me, is there really anything more ridiculous than that? Yeah, it's one of those things when you start off that, I can't remember, this is probably about that borehole that was mentioned before, but it's one of those things when you start digging down in that kind of fashion just for science, you don't really think about it, but as you're gonna go down, gravity and pressure are gonna become super high. Even if it's not, you know, the usual water that would cause the pressure to rise when you dive in a submarine, for example, but same effect. Or similar effect, rather. The man points to a line on the paper, his face glowing with a beaming smile. They're recruiting, and they need mechanics and a doctor.
How is it going?
So, what do you say, Larissa?
We stayed for several years. Our first child was even born in their dormitory. Doesn't it all seem ridiculous to you? And no, it's not like that. Whether it's the Earth's core or the edge of the universe, discovery is always valuable. No one person can complete such a massive task, but if everyone does what they can, it's not impossible. Arseny, my husband, he often says the same thing.
Arsenia. Arseny. How was it written again? Hold on. Arseny. Okay. From the woman's fading smile, Kiperina senses something is amiss.
Are you saying that?
The project was not going well? There were many difficulties that we hadn't anticipated, but in the end, we worked together to overcome them. The deeper the well went, the more we believed that one day we would uncover the mysteries down below. Until they claimed we had opened the gates of hell.
Oh, I know what this is gonna be about. Years ago, borehole field. I know what this is gonna be about. Right. I've heard that. I've heard the recording. I wonder if they're actually gonna play the recording here. I heard it. And there's no question. The sound could only come from hell itself. You think that's bad? I've seen it with my own eyes. I was smoking outside a few nights ago when I saw this freakishly tall figure near the kennels. I didn't really know what I was looking at. How could a person possibly be 2 or 3 meters tall, huh? And that was the night those dogs died. That thing was only about 10 meters away from me at the time. We've got to stop this thing. Who knows what we could let out? The crowd's fear spreads like wildfire. But in the end, a bright, cheerful laugh drowns out the flame. Enough, comrades. You don't really believe all that silly talk, do you? That sound was just the wind. As for the bear, Yakov and the others are already chasing it down.
I see.
I see everyone's been worn out lately, but pull yourselves together, comrades. Didn't we train for this? We're standing on the crust. Beneath that is the mantle, and the Mohorovitsits? Mohorovitsits' discontinuity is in between. What do you think hell is supposed to be? Sometimes all it takes is a single voice for the flames of anxiety to subside.
Arseny has always been that way. He hasn't changed since we first met. At times, he's almost like a kid still, always causing trouble, but when he takes the lead, people can't help but follow him.
Pride shines in the woman's eyes, but her smile changes.
He shouldn't have stood up like that. That evening, I was called to attention to a worker with a sudden fever, leaving Arseny to watch over our eldest daughter in dormitory. The next morning, they found him lying in the snow. Blood ran from the house all the way outside, and our child was gone. They call it a punishment from hell itself.
Some critter or animal took the child. I'm willing to bet the child is gonna be Kiperina. I'm willing to bet the child is gonna be her, and something took her out of her domicile, essentially, and killed the father. Ooh. They're also not showing the father, even though they could have just given him a random model. But I'm willing to believe these are her actual parents, especially with the hint to the eyes being the same kind of similar blue. Obviously the hair color doesn't match, but that can also be because she probably picked up the hair color from her father, more than likely. All right, Between the Wind and Snow. Let's see. Kiperina is left speechless for a moment. She never imagined the story would take a turn like this.
I'm so sorry.
It's such a horrible thing to have happened to you. The one who should apologize is me, child. Such a tale, no one will feel happy hearing it. Da?
I'm presuming that is Da, aka yes.
I hadn't planned to say all this, but somehow it's such an odd thing. I hope I haven't upset you.
All the reused music from Hayashiki. The story clutches at her heart, and a question is lodged in her throat. One that another listener asks on her behalf. Wait, seriously? You mean a monster from hell attacked your husband? Oh, that's the thing I wanted to mention. They didn't say it there. The thing about the borehole was probably... I don't know if it's from that specific borehole or if it's from the other one that we already had in the story so far mentioned. But I remember, or from a completely different place. I do remember hearing a recording and seeing a short little documentary sort of on it, where there is a recording essentially of letting down a microphone in the depths of one of these super deep drill holes, and the sounds that the earth essentially itself is making down there is just so haunting. It just sounds like the most horrific kind of whispering that is. But at the end of the day, it's nothing really crazy. It's just like the movement of the earth as you can hear it down there on the same layer or below the layer where the tectonic plates are moving essentially. Plus you also have the whole added bonus of being so deep down and added pressure and gravity and all of that shit. Plus heat. Plus the heat that builds up the lower you go as well. So it's kind of like a culmination of a lot of things that is causing like weird sounds to appear.
No, how could it be? The well is only a meter wide. How could anything dangerous have come from it?
The woman offers a strange smile that slowly turns cold.
Besides, I'm a doctor. His wounds were caused by a knife.
Oh. Wow.
And I found the blood-stained knife a few meters away. So I brought the hounds in and had them follow the scent to track down that monster.
Damn. Alright. The hounds bark wildly as a fearful face peeks out from the shadows of the building. A face she recognizes.
Mr. Vasily, what are you doing here?
Is that blood on his clothes? He's the one, grab him!
Vasily was a pitiable man. I've known him for a long time. He came to my mother's clinic late one night, carrying a strange old man in his arms. Back then, he was the most kind-hearted young man in town, and everyone loved him. I used to help at her clinic. Every time he walked by, he'd take out chocolate from his pocket and say it was a treat for good kiddies.
She closes her eyes and pauses for a moment.
When I saw him again at the drilling site, I could hardly believe I was looking at the same man. He would have been in his early 40s then, and he was hunched and gaunt. If someone told me he was 60, you would have believed it.
She sighs, eyes filled with sympathy, but there is something darker in it. Was it anger or hatred? Maybe both, perhaps neither. Kiperina cannot say for sure, but in the end she simply asks in a whisper.
What happened?
To make him like that. He never spoke of his past. I only learned it from the others. He said something he shouldn't have when he was drunk, and the following day, he was taken away. Nobody heard from him for a long time.
Oh. Was he in a gulag? Did he say something about against the government or something? Ooh.
They say he was sent to the...
Well, he was sent to a mine, yep.
to the Vorkuta mine. Arseni once shared a dorm with him. He said that he often woke up in the night, screaming.
Damn, that guy's mind was broken.
He said that Vasily always claimed he didn't say anything wrong, and that he knew who informed on him, but every time he would tell us a different name. Whoever it was, that place broke him, and he no longer believed in anyone or anything. The kind gentleman I knew as a child might as well already be dead. Is that why he did something so terrible?
How is she?
I mean, your daughter.
They never found her. Is that gonna be it?
Our child, my most precious treasure. She vanished.
Yup. Yep. That has to be her parents.
Curious, very curious. She should be right here.
The butt of a rifle hits his back, and the man tumbles into the snow. Talk now! This old man's been out of his mind all day. He probably doesn't even remember. The whole thing is a mess. The snow keeps coming down. A child that small in this weather... The man on the ground leaps up as if scorched by the snow. I don't remember, please, just listen to me. We can't keep drilling. These sounds from the below. I know those sounds. Something horrible is going to happen. Something very bad. They're going to take us all there. To hell. I won't go back there. He screams, his voice eventually faltering and fading. You know, knowing this universe and all the supernatural that exists in this universe, there might be something down there. Unlike actual Earth. There might be actually something down there when you drill too deep. I just wanted to frighten you. I was planning to hide a girl to make it seem like a warning from the demon, so that you and Arseny would stop. Without you, everyone else would agree to end this. I didn't think I would wake him. I brought the knife for a little courage. I never imagined... I thought... Larissa, please forgive me. Damn. Then the police took him away. I never saw him again, and they never found our girl. I don't know if I truly hate him. He was a pitiable old man, driven insane by his hardships. But I know that I can't forgive him for what he's done. I just hope to never see his face again. Are you gonna put two and two together? Kiperina has no response to the woman's story, only an ache of sympathy. Reality cannot be changed, and any consolation she offers would be a futile gesture. She understands that more than anyone else. I'm such a mushy little salamander. I just can't handle stuff like this. The little salamander swishes its tail and hangs its head over the side of its container. The cabin falls into silence. Until at last Kiperina sees the woman's eyes lift up and out the window. Oh, would you look at that? The snow stopped.
Hmm?
It really has. Do you see those two small hills over there?
Kiperina moves closer to the window.
You mean those two there side by side? That's where he said he left our girl in the divot between them. He wanted to shelter her from the wind. She was somewhere around there.
And that is probably where Kozlov found her. That's probably close to where... Oh, Kiperina finally understands.
That's why you...
That's why you come here so often?
You're
That's what she understands.
still looking for her?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing I have to go on. Some days I imagined I might see a kind old woman holding a little girl's hand saying, I found you here many years ago, you know? Who knows? It's possible, isn't it?
The woman offers a heartbreaking smile. Ugh. And Kiperina feels again at a loss to speak. A child left alone in the snow. How could she have survived? It's impossible. It would take a miracle if someone finds her by accident. Please think a bit more on this.
Hold on.
Yes? The realization hits her like a bullet, ricocheting around in her chest.
Then your child was...
Lost around here during a snowstorm. When did this happen? Did she have her name stitched onto her blanket?
What was her name?
Oh god. I'm getting nervous. The idea seems impossible to consider, but as soon as the thought enters her head, it cannot be dismissed. The chaos leaves her mind blank and Kiperina holds her breath. After a long pause, she watches the woman open her mouth confusedly.
Daksha. Her name is Daksha.
Okay. Not?
She's my eldest daughter.
Breathe.
Oh,
I see.
It is disappointment or relief she feels in the... Is it disappointment or relief she feels in the pit of her stomach? She responds blankly, pausing as if unsure of what to say next. Fortunately, the sound of the door opening breaks the pause before it looms too heavy. Oh my god, an adorable little munchkin. Hi?
Mama!
And a boy.
I knew you were here, Mama, but you didn't tell us this time. Who's this lady?
Right, she did say her oldest child, so she had more children. Okay. Good god. Oh, this disc is red. Is that a return disc? Message from afar. Okay. I really thought that that's gonna be her family. Unless they do like a last second rug pull and they reveal that it was. Like she had two names or something.
Anton, Yulia, how many times do I have to tell you? Why won't you ever listen to me? It's such a long journey here. What if something had happened to you during that storm?
In response to the woman's scolding, the boy points toward the door.
We didn't come here on our own. Alicia came with us.
Dog. Alright.
What am I to do with all of you?
Caught between laughter and tears, the woman rubs her forehead in exasperation, while two sets of curious wide eyes direct their attention to Kiperina.
Mama, is she Daksha? Is this our sister? Are you Daksha?
Oh god, the woman knocks gently on their little heads. That was the sound. Oh.
You're avoiding my questions. And why do you think everyone we meet must be Daksha? Daksha still has a few years more before she would grow as tall as this sister.
Well, about that, observing this interaction between the mother and her children, Kiperina smiles, but soon a question arises in her thoughts.
And these kids, they're...
This is my son, Anton, and beside him is his sister, Julia. Don't let their innocent looks fool you. They're both little rascals. They inherited our Arcanists' spirit, no doubt.
Hello, miss. Hi.
I see, it's nice to meet you both, but...
Kiperina thinks carefully about how to phrase her next words without causing offense, but the little salamander in her pocket pays no mind to matters of social etiquette. Uh-huh. Hold on. I thought you said your husband croaked. But you've got two little ones here after all? I mean, how did it happen?
Mr. Hanchang, that's such a rude question.
She looks at the woman anxiously, seeing her eyes widen in surprise before she bursts into laughter. He survived. The misdirection.
Oh, my goodness. It's my fault, you misunderstood. My husband was badly hurt in the attack. He still finds it hard to leave the house, but my Arseny is alive and well.
The misdirection, I love it.
I don't remember much of that night, just that I was rushing through the dorm looking for them, until I spotted Arseny lying in the snow. They say I was the one who stopped his bleeding, and I shouted so loudly, louder than they'd ever heard, for everyone to get him to the hospital. Looking back, I must say I'm quite impressed with myself.
Uh-huh. Sure. Oh, so that's the deal. Yeah, I got to admit I completely misunderstood. Hanjang shakes his head. Its head, as if relieved. After processing the details, Kiperina allows herself a smile again. To smile again.
That's wonderful.
So Arseny's alive. That's such very good news. Still alive, still able to see and speak to each other. There's nothing better.
She shifts her gaze to the two little ones watching Hanjang with intense curiosity. Uh-oh.
Anton, Julia, such good names. It seems I was just worrying for nothing. I thought...
She still believes that the woman before her is trapped in the memories of the blizzard long ago. Perhaps she doesn't have the right to say it, but deep down, she understands.
Life must go on. We must all keep looking forward. I've been searching for her ever since, and I still cry for her often. But I have a good life with Arseny and her children. We have to let ourselves find happiness again.
She looks over to her two young children, her expression deep in both longing and joy.
Even after Anton was born, I found myself worrying that maybe Daksha would hold it against me.
No, it's not like that.
You're such a great person, and I'm sure your daughter Daksha must also be a wonderful child. None of this is your fault. Daksha would not want you to be unhappy.
At least,
If
if it for me,
I'd hope that those I care about and those who care about me would find happiness again.
In that moment, Kiperina feels something stir in her heart.
Yes, this may just be wishful thinking, but I think those who are bound by love share their hearts forever, and those who love us hope for our happiness as well. I will always have a place for her in my heart, but there is room enough for others, for Arseny, for Anton, and for Julia. A heart can never be too full. It expands to fit new love.
That is a beautiful sentence.
And I know she would love them just as I do. Yep, me all would. Of course.
The two children bounce over to her, and the woman pulls them into her arms, their expression matching in warmth and tenderness.
I struggled with it for a long time, but in the end, my children helped me understand. It's the love we receive that gives us strength to overcome our suffering. That's how we are able to move forward from tragedy, to find our future without losing the past.
She meets Kiperina's eyes, glistening teardrops illuminated by the sunlight pouring in from the window.
I don't know what happened to you, but perhaps you'd be willing to share it with us?
Well, it's a similar story. For a moment, Kiperina feels as though she too is wrapped in their embrace. But the truth about the storm cannot be disclosed to others, and so the truth has to remain with her.
I
am looking for a circus, the Utrenyaya circus.
However,
it seems I've come to the wrong place. They are not here. Utrenyaya! We know Utrenyaya!
Oh. Uh-huh. The two children scramble to pull out a crumpled poster from Anton's pocket.
Look! This is...
The familiar lettering on the poster leaves Kiperina on the edge of tears.
That's true. But why?
It really is Utrenyaya. Because you're in the wrong place, lady. Look, it says, the performance of a lifetime awaits you in Kandalaksha. See? See you there. The show is in Kandalaksha, not here. You want to watch the show as well, but the postman said we won't make it in time. He said it's really, really far away. Let me see. Oh, yes, I'm afraid it is, children.
The woman takes the poster into her hands and shakes her head regretfully at the children.
It says their performance starts at 7, but Kandalaksha is over 200 kilometers away. But never make it in time. How about this? I'll ask the postman to keep an eye out for news about the circus, so we'll know when their next show is. I'll take you next time, okay? Fine. And that's a promise now, Mama.
The two children nod obediently, but she can't help but feel the same disappointment she sees in their eyes.
Wait, maybe...
Uh-huh. She reaches into her pocket.
Maybe I can take you there. To Utrenyaya.
Oh, she's gonna teleport everybody. Oh, time for the minigame. Let's see. Pain cuts like cold, jagged glass, and there is no easy way to soothe it. Avoid these obstacles at all costs. Uh-huh. Oh, the little spikes. Okay, I see. Oh, funny, you can also remove the little spikes, huh? Huh, that's cool. There we go. Oh, there's another one. Cowardice. Cowardice gives rise to doubt and hesitation, obstructing Kiperina's path forward. Remember the courage it took to reach for the stars. Harness it and cowardice will no longer stand in your way. Oh, go up there, pick this up, and then go down. Okay. There we go. Success! Interesting. Alright, final one. The days after. Let's see how it wraps up. Are they gonna do a last second twist? that those are actually her parents. Welcome, welcome, distinguished guests. I guarantee today's performance will exceed your wildest expectations. Moving with the crowd, Kiperina walks into the tent. Even now, she cannot quite determine if the thumping in her chest is from fear or excitement. However, all her doubt vanishes as the performance starts. Circus stage. Now, please welcome our amazing death-defying virtuoso of the trapeze, Dahlia! Oh, actually, different images for the thing. Amidst the roaring cheers, a lithe young woman steps onto the tightrope.
Wow! The way she walks is so incredible! It's just like a...
Oh wow, actually unique images here. Oh yeah, right, makes sense. This is at the end of the character story, so they do have unique stuff.
just like walking on air.
Kiperina gazes upward, focusing on the figure suspended in mid-air. It's a girl she has never seen before. All the circus members, both on stage and off, are people she's never seen before. This isn't her, Utrenyaya. Her last glimmer of hope falls away into oblivion. But strangely, somehow, her heart continues to beat steadily and strongly.
She's amazing. I think she might even be better than I was.
The performance is breathtaking, lighting up the faces of the crowd. Even with everything so unfamiliar, this is the Utrenyaya she has longed for, the one she feared losing but ultimately had to part with. Her home.
I had almost forgotten what it was like. This is what it feels like to watch someone walk a tightrope.
It feels as though this other person has taken her place, flying into the sky, toward the great unknown, flying to the farthest reaches of the universe. Then she looks up. Up to the canopy that once covered the sky and created a small world for her, cramped but cozy. But now it no longer covers her. It was torn away in the storm. This canopy is not the same. It was different from the one she once knew.
So that's what it's like.
I understand now.
It is only when gazing into the universe that one can truly comprehend their own insignificance. And it is only by looking back at the past and then into the future, immersed in this invisible river of time, that one can truly know.
I see.
This moment right now, there will never be another moment like it.
The resolve that once stirred in her heart now finds firm ground, and she stands more certain than ever. The past has given her the courage to move forward, and the future still holds hope worth reaching for. There is no reason to stop moving forward. Thank you everyone for gracing us with your patronage and your applause. What a wonderful audience! Today's show has come at last to its conclusion.
I know it might sound surprising, but this is actually my first time at the circus. It was even more exciting than I imagined. Thank you for bringing us here.
The woman sitting beside her turns to face her, but her words trail off midway. A moment later, she gives her a knowing look.
You're leaving, aren't you?
Yes.
Waves of applause are still crashing around her, but Kiperina has already risen from her seat. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out her last teleport disc. Wait, is she gonna leave them stranded there 200 kilometers away from their actual place?
Miss Larissa? Anton? Yulia?
I think I should go.
Now she moves onward into the future, into the unknown. Nice. Oh, another one, okay. Sometimes more profound... Oh my god, now they're moving. More profound and unavoidable pain will arise. Learn to live alongside it, for your path forward will lie within. The messaging. Oh my god, what is this nonsense here? Okay. What the shit is this now? Well, this is a nice one. All the bullshit is separated. Okay.
I've been thinking that if you don't have anywhere to stay for now, maybe you could live with us for a while. But it seems like you don't need that now. I wish you nothing but good luck, Larissa. Maybe I could visit you from time to time in the future, if that's alright with you? Of course, child. You'll always be welcome here.
Oh, that's sweet.
Bye-bye, big sis. Are there any other fairies in your family?
Fairies?
What makes you think I'm a fairy? Because you have the kind of magic that whisks us away in a flash. Oh, I can't use magic, Yulia. I'm just an ordinary person. There are no fairies where I'm going. But there are lots of nice people.
Oh.
Do you have to go to school when you get back? Yes, I still have a lot to learn. I hate going to class. It's boring. Mama tells me that if I study hard, I'll have a bright future. But I don't even know what I want to do in the future. Do you? I want to do whatever I'm able to. And as much as I can. I guess we'll both have to figure it out while we're in class.
Uh-huh. That took her back. took her a bit aback.
You're right. Let's take our time and think it over.
What's with the rush? There's still time before the banquet starts.
I think it's time to get moving. After handing in this teleport disk report, I have time to finish reading the Laplace training manual. If Miss Winsong has the time, I'd like to continue learning about ley lines. Or I could look over my notes and get back to my physical training. There's still so much more for me to do.
Looks like those guys don't need to worry about you anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hey, forget I said anything. Let's move. I was just thinking about heading out too.
Sure. Let's go.
Aww. Oh, achievement. Oh, banquet, huh? Banquet hall. The grand hall is filled to bursting with guests, some dressed in formal attire, while others are still in uniform or researchers' coats that seem just a little out of place. Among the crowd, Pointer is one of them. Anybody interesting in the crowd around, just like random ass characters, designs or nothing? No, just look like normal people, okay. Miss Pointer, I must say, we're quite fascinated by your team's research. Will we have the chance to meet the other team members? Maybe Miss Hissabeth or your young astronaut?
Of course. I'd be more than happy to introduce them to you. However, first I was asked by Mr. Ludwig to inquire whether your branch would be willing to work with our team in Plesetsk on the distribution and utilization of runium. Perhaps we can find the time to discuss those details first.
Despite her robotic nature, Pointer always seems more adept at social responsibilities. Not far off, Hissabeth is savoring the last bite of her dessert. That is kind of like a funny analogy. The robot, well, potential full-on robot, is more socially adept than actual human beings. What is the messaging, huh?
That's your Souffle should be eaten immediately after it's baked. The Foundation's chefs certainly know what they're doing. I'm more interested in the lamb chops over there. Come on, bring us another plate.
Not the best choice.
I don't want to stuff myself on that. I'd rather try the steak tartare next.
Another pointless sibling dispute seems poised to launch before they're interrupted by the arrival of a friend.
Miss Hissabeth.
Registration all done? Did everything go smoothly?
Voyager smiles and nods in reply. Again, the easiest character to use voice lines from. just from the regular voice lines that she has.
It does seem that.
It does seem that we're just waiting on one last person.
Has Miss Kiperina still not arrived? That's unusual.
Well, I get the feeling she finds these sorts of gatherings a bit dull, none? I have no objections if she wants to enjoy life and not be tied down in endless, useless conversations, not like anyone's taking attendance today.
Her tone remains light, but the young man frowns nonetheless. Maybe we shouldn't have let her... Before he can finish speaking, he sees Voyager's eyes brighten. Recalling his assigned task, the young man promptly follows.
Alia!
Aww.
Voyager!
Here you are. There's so many people. I was afraid I'd never find you.
And Mr. Nameday!
Hello. Sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. I just can't remember you ever being late for anything before. Was there something keeping you?
When Larissa heard I was going to a banquet, she insisted on helping me with my outfit. I tried on a few things, but none of them felt quite right. I finally settled on my regular outfit. That's why I'm a little late. But Larissa still helped me with my braid. How does it look? It's beautiful, Alia.
It sounds like you've made some fine friends recently. Kiperina's warm grin dispels the last of Nameday's worries, and Voyager begins to hum a cheerful melody. A bouquet of white flowers is presented to Kiperina, with a subtle fragrance that caresses the tip of her nose.
This is...
For me?
A peculiar unspoken understanding allows Kiperina to quickly grasp what her friend is trying to say.
Thank you.
Voyager, so these are the flowers you found along your journey. They're so pretty. I'm happy to hear you also had fun on your travels.
I'm happy to hear you didn't freeze to death on your travels like I did almost. After tucking away the exotic flowers, Kiperina looks around the hall. What are you looking for? Miss Winsong or perhaps Hissabeth?
Just a while ago.
Just a while ago I ran into Miss Winsong. She told me she'd like to introduce you to Avgust, Nina, Piotr, and some of her other students. Yet as they scan the room, there is no sign of Winsong. I do recall Madame Lucy asking around for her, so you'll probably have to wait a while. As for Miss Hissabeth, she's right over there. She follows his hand to a familiar figure perusing the snacks nearby. She obviously notices her, yet after a quick glance, she heads towards the exit. It's a clear signal to follow her. Kiperina matches her speed and exits the room. Talk in private. They proceed down the corridor, moving ahead until they are alone, and the noise of the crowd is barely audible.
The air here is so much fresher, though it is a little cool. It's still winter, but after the storm it feels warmer than before. Might just be my sense playing tricks on me, though. I suppose I'll have to check the data when we get back.
Maybe.
Maybe I should have dressed more formally. I didn't think the banquet would be this big.
No worries.
No worries, kid. This banquet isn't just for us anyway.
In fact,
After the last storm, Laplace was in utter disarray, but it was Madame Lucy who finally helped put things back in order. Things weren't much better here at the Foundation. With the storm back for another round, everyone is in need of some good news. Then they'd finally be able to stop working and, if it's even possible, relax. Because if we can finally do that, if we can smile again, then no matter how much damage the storm does, we'll one day make a molehill out of this mountain.
Are you saying that?
You know, it's also fun to think about the location of the Foundation and everything, like the headquarters, essentially, the whole area being storm immune and stuff like that. It's kind of funny to think about the more the world is gonna be resetting backwards. If that keeps on happening, the further we go into the past, the more the building is gonna be standing out. When someone randomly finds it or something. Like the architecture between this and like whatever time period the world lands in, it's hilarious. It's kind of like that what was it called again, that one city in Drakengard that is from like a completely different time frame from the future, but is in like the past or something. Anyway,
Are you saying that we're the good news? And this party is for everyone else? We're just an excuse for everyone else to have fun. There's no gratitude in this world at all. N'est-ce pas?
That's wonderful.
Who would have thought our hard work would pay off so well? Looks like it's good news for me as well. You've changed a little since I last saw you, no?
Hissabeth looks at the girl inquisitively. It's a look of scientist pleased at their dissection.
in fact,
I've got another tidbit of news. It's still under wraps, but I imagine the Foundation will release it soon enough. Either way, it's something I have no doubt you'll be interested in.
She leans over to Kiperina, her voice dropping to a whisper.
they found someone who can brave the storm.
Yep. Kiperina's mind goes blank for a moment, and she takes a moment to consider the significance of the statement.
Are you saying that?
Apparently, she's a student at the SPDM. She's to be named the Timekeeper and will take on the responsibility of solving the mystery of the storm. Now, the Foundation may refuse to lend us this individual, but I'm certain we can obtain further data from this Timekeeper. So we now have a secret weapon. We've made another stride in unraveling this damned storm puzzle.
Hissabeth's slit pupils twitch with excitement, and Kiperina feels a wave of emotions rise within her.
This is really good news.
She had already come to terms with the fact that her efforts, past and future, might not bear immediate fruit. Well, then maybe she had been too pessimistic. It appears a spark of hope has now been ignited.
What's that you've got there?
The flowery bouquet she received from Voyager earlier pokes out into view.
Oh,
Voyager gave me these flowers that she picked on her journey here. I feel like I've seen them before, but I don't really know what they're called. What's wrong?
Hissabeth looks perplexed.
These are lilicas. You're sure she picked them? Because with wild lilicas only bloom in the spring. How bizarre.
Interesting. She laughs suddenly.
I must be losing my mind. Too busy to even remember the time of year.
Kiperina laughs along.
yes, Miss
Yes.
Hissabeth.
Look.
Look,
Spring.
spring is here already.
Never mind, this is voiced. Alright. The long winter is over. Very interesting. You know, actually, I wonder if I know this story just proved that that woman and her family might be Kiperina's family. But considering the change to essentially the rearrangement and change that seems to have happened across the world and to the circus as well, it is still the same circus but not the same people. While it's still like around the same time when she was found or something, or should be still like small and everything. I wonder if because of the rearrangement of the world and the other people being deleted, these are technically her parents, but because this is kind of like a different timeline of different events, the child is named differently. Would be interesting. Like, the events still happened the same way, it was just different people and different names. But anyway, before I wrap this episode up, let me plow through the usual survey here. Actually, is it just one battle for the survey? I think it's just one battle. Oh yeah, it's just one battle. Okay, let me finish this one quickly. Oh, actually, very quickly, I'm realizing who they are giving me here. I have no idea how, how any of these play. Hold on. Hold on. Barcarola, okay, he's a DPS support inspiration, right? Oh god, I'm gonna have to learn this stuff. Okay, I'm mostly interested in you. And I think I've already looked at your shenanigans. Let me just see the text description for the skills. These. For everyone, beneath the same starry sky, let's share the memories we still carry and toast to a future lit by starlight. Colors from space. That now reminds me of that Nicolas Cage movie. A cascade of iridescent light spills from the boundless sky, brief as breath, bright as memory. Reach for the stars, childish yet sincere resolve to keep the stars company. Alright, let me blast through this.
Do you have any requests?
Oh, that was pretty. That was a pretty one.
No. Futile, all of it. Nothing but a mockery of capricious fate.
Okay, that was interesting.
Stars.
That was interesting looking. Okay.
In the repeating cycle, we may feel regret, or even perish in the chaos. Fortunately, this time, we were given a perfect ending.
Cannot wait to get to your story, brother. Whatever that is gonna entail. Concern. Holy shit. Practicing bargaining resolve? More of the minigame. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Gonna do that later by myself. Oh, was that enough? I just had to enter it? Well, that's funny. Alright, but anyway, that marks the end of that. We're not done yet, of course. Still, this is technically the final episode for the whole Cosmic Overture thing, so that means trailer time in a moment, but yeah, in general, this was good. This was a good story. Now, this was a good character story and a nice follow-up for the main portion of Cosmic Overture, just to see how how Kiperina works around with her struggles and how she's gonna move forward in life and stuff like that. Now, that was very, very good. Like, the beginning already got me emotionally. I'm honestly kind of slightly happy, but also sad at the same time that it didn't go all the way towards the ending, where it's gonna hit even stronger, like it did immediately at the beginning. But still, a very good one. This was a very good one. I really like this one. Again, the whole. I still wonder if the whole meaning there with the mother and her family was that probably is her family, Kiperina's family, but like this is from now this new timeline, essentially, or whatever the hell. So they're different. I mean, some hints were there. That the backstory is pretty much the same. It's just like the names are different. Even the circus kept its name, but the people running the circus seem to be completely different people as well. So interesting. But yeah, this was very good. This was very, very good. Also, very quickly, I do want to say before we go into the trailers for this patch cycle, considering that this is gonna go out like 2 days before the collab story starts, I definitely will not have time to do the what's it called, the anecdote that I was planning on doing for 37. I guess I'm gonna have to push that one a bit back until before I start, or rather until we are done with the collaboration stuff, and then we're gonna look at that one. But yeah, just want to say that very quickly, because yeah, it's like literally 2 days when this is gonna come out. It's gonna be like 2 days before the collab lands, and then literally on the same day, I thought it's gonna be like probably like 2 weeks of at least like respite until a new story rolls in or something. But literally on the same day as the collab for Reavers lands, it's gonna be the same day as a new side story will also land in Arcanists. So double the stuff in the same day for myself. And the other stuff takes a lot more to work on. But luckily the Arcanists stuff is this time around a story collection, so it's a bit easier on the workload because it's shorter and easier to do. But yeah, it's gonna be on the same day. I'm gonna be very busy for the weekend. My god, I'm gonna be busy for the weekend. Why? Why? Anyway, not like I'm actually hating it. I'm enjoying it. But anyway, it's time for trailers. Alright, 3 trailers prepared. The main one, Kiperina and Hissabeth. Or rather, it's gonna be Hissabeth, then Kiperina. But yeah, those 3 are, I think, the only ones. The only other things that I saw are the usual, like, extreme talent stuff and the EPs. But trailer time. Let's begin with the main one. Let's see how much they crammed into this thing. Oh good, immediately starting with this image.
Space.
The final frontier.
Is it really beyond our reach? We can still save this project. All we need to do is send the monitor into space to collect data as the storm arrives.
Into space? So you mean you want me to become...
She's so small. I keep forgetting how small she is, how young she is also.
An astronaut?
Actually, not how young she is, but how small she is.
Are you ever going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
If this works out, then I guarantee you'll arrive home safe and sound.
Oh, the teleportation?
You really expect me to sign this application knowing it means you're all going to die?
Miss Hissabeth, I know this storm isn't just some regular natural disaster. It's not just,
oh Jesus,
some candy in a store that will be taken away. It's the place I grew up and all the people I love.
If we determine the storm will inevitably swallow up the stars, then wouldn't it all be pointless?
Said Pointer.
But if something were to happen, you would be the one to survive. I need you to keep our records.
God, that would be absolutely wild if that would have been the way it went. Like the storm reversed Earth downstairs, but up in space, Kiperina is the only one left in that time and space. Woof. Oh wow, they actually used it here as well.
Voyager 1 will continue to explore the galaxy on and on, traveling into the depths of the universe, carrying with it humanity's spirit of exploration. It is likely to persist longer than life on Earth.
In our short lives, we come up with a lot of questions about the world.
And we have to find the answers for ourselves.
We get to choose what meaning we give to our lives.
How beautiful the stars are.
This is one of those trailers where I'm like happy I don't see this. Where I was super happy I'm not watching this stuff before. I swear they keep... The more I watch these trailers, I swear they keep on going like back and forth between like... one trailer is gonna be like great, but it's not gonna spoil anything. The other one then is gonna be like, well, let's use all the great moments from the story. Jesus Christ.
Melusines value your privacy. In fact, we can be downright monstrous about it. So, for everyone else's sake, Laplace should really grant my request for a private lab, no?
You know, this didn't even hit me that much, but yeah, she keeps saying the whole thing about her, that Melusines like their privacy and everything. Are you sure you want to talk about privacy when you have so many siblings crawling around in your head and you have a mind palace where you talk with each other? You're never alone. You never have privacy. You technically have never privacy, my girl.
Climb aboard and prepare to meet your maker. Science!
Funny.
I think your hat must be happy it's on your head, not mine. Then you defy gravity as much as I do? Top hats are out of the question, no matter how cool. It's made for someone like you. Someone that stands firmly on the ground.
Oh, this is funny. Her ult is translated in here. But not in game, of course. Even far off in space, everyone is still here with me.
The climate is so mild here, apparently enough for the critters to want to go out and get jobs. It's good and all, but I think we still need a little cold sometimes, so we won't forget the danger it brings.
Yes.
A snowflake with sharp edges.
Was this? Oh, the Cosmic Circus, right? The garments. He looks fabulous. Damn.
A perfect performance.
Oh yeah, this one. Barcarola, she wears this costume in the survey I was literally just doing.
Thanks to the luminescent night bestowed by the starry sky.
Yes.
This piece is called the Rondo of the Cosmos.
Actually, no. No. She doesn't. I'm wrong. This is a completely different animation for her ult. Choir of the Stars, right? Oh yeah, it's just also just hitting me right now. The mini game for Kiperina's story is very appropriate as well, with the whole thing being a balancing act. It just hit me. I've analyzed all the other stuff in my head, but I didn't make that connection. Oh, brain, please. Yep, all the extra stuff, and then the teaser for the Assassin's Creed stuff. Okay, yeah. Anecdote update, yep. Soon I'm gonna get to that. Alright, and that's trailer number 1. So, let's move on to the next one. Hissabeth trailer, soft to landing incoming. Missing Hissabeth the snake, what? What is this? What the shit? Oh.
You do know that if we are apart.
You're probably wondering, how did I get into this situation?
From her for too long, we'll die. But Cornichon has been out all night. She's still gone. Cornichon!
Madame Lucy left you this. No one else has cracked it so far.
Comme ça. And done.
That's her handwriting. Sylvie Dubois, where the hell are you?
What the? Just a normal day
Yo.
in Medicine Pocket's laboratory.
I hope that fire didn't burn anything too important.
Nah, just some old components.
Wait, what?
Whoa!
Have you seen Hissabeth?
She's looking for you.
Looking for me? What's that?
Uh-huh.
My bad. There's no need to worry. Cornichon would never leave me. We are.
Can I pet them? Sorry, kid. I think your mom and dad would be mad if you got bit.
My mom and dad are gone now.
Oh.
I don't understand. Where did they go?
Easy, kid. Just be careful.
Miss
Oh.
Hissabeth, that new researcher?
Technically, I believe they count as 9 in total. They have the same goal as their parents.
That was her parents, huh?
Yeah, we're family.
Whee!
Hey, watch out.
Right on her head.
We almost ran out of time. I could have died.
Don't be a baby. I checked on you last night. You were dreaming peacefully. Now get ready. We're going to Pleasantsk.
It is at Cosmodrome. Why?
To see what lies beyond and above. I want to find out what it's like out there.
Alright, that was a cool little trailer. Also funny. Also had a couple of very funny moments. Very nice. Alright. And final one. Kiperina trailer. Safety lines. Uh-huh.
Leylines textbook. Steel wire.
Voyager!
Portable heater.
Oof. The denizen of space reading a book about UFOs.
Oh, it's just some things for my studies. I'll try to bring back some presents.
No.
Miss, could you help me with these coordinates?
Oh, that's the ley line center.
I think it's just up ahead of us, right?
That's right.
Miss, you're...
Yeah?
It's alright now, miss.
Oh.
That's very adorable.
Oh, look. We're here. Oh, bad luck. These coordinates point straight to the middle of that lake. There's no way we can get there.
Wait, miss. I can get there. Just
Oh,
wait for
God.
me on the other side.
Time to tightrope the shit.
I haven't forgotten my footing. 1, 2.
Who? I hate to be the stickler for this, but did she wait for Vinsong to go all the way around the lake with the wire?
3, 4. Good to see that big tooth of yours works. Don't give up. Keep on going. 1, 2, and here we are.
You know, I've never noticed that she has a fang. Alright.
Our Alia, already a star on the tightrope.
Am I? I don't know, Mr. Kozlov. But I'll keep going. It's my choice. It's the future I want for me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're safe.
Thank you.
Don't sweat it. Just switching a little water for snow.
Thanks. You didn't need to. Even if I fall in, I brought my heater.
And why would I let my star apprentice fall?
Oh. Oh, the little blush. That was very cute. She got a very cute trailer. For Voyager. Okay, this was very cute. This was very cute. Damn. Alright, and with that, I would say we are now fully done. Trailer's done, all the stories done. Cosmic Overture completely completed. This was a good one. It was a very, very, very good story. And quite a setup for a couple of things. Also an origin story for quite a lot of things. I don't know what it's setting up for the future specifically, but I feel like it's setting up a lot of stuff. So we'll see where this goes when I finally continue with the main story, I guess. But yeah, this was very good. Overall, this is very good, very entertaining. I really enjoyed stuff. Again, very happy that I don't watch the trailers ahead of time, because number one, the Voyager stuff, the real life Voyager footage that I used and stuff, I'm happy that I did not see any of that beforehand. That would have caught me, not caught me off guard as it did when I went through the story otherwise. But yeah, overall very cute, very enjoyable, very both heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. And yeah, that is that for Cosmic Overture. Next is gonna be the Assassin's Creed collab, and with that one I have no idea what to expect. I did not watch any of the trailers for it, so no idea what specifically they're including and what's gonna be in there. I'm gonna watch the trailers again when we are done with everything, like I always do. I mean, at least for the Assassin's Creed 2 stuff, I don't think I need to watch anything. I feel like I'm good on that. The Cassandra stuff, we'll see. We'll see what's in there. We'll see what the story is even there. I have no plan and no clue. No idea what they're gonna be doing with that. But I'm looking forward to it regardless. Hopefully they wrote a good story, one that makes deep riders over in the Assassin's Creed offices blush. I mean, that story definitely had to be approved by Ubisoft anyway, so definitely has to be a good story at least. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, I can only speculate and I can only hope that it's gonna be good. But yeah, Cosmic Overture is done. I really enjoyed it. Really had a fun time going through it. Honestly, out of this whole thing, the only thing again that was kind of like a bit of a letdown was the story for Hissabeth. But it had its bright points. But yeah, Kiperina's story on the other hand was very good from start to finish. Like, damn. That one was definitely very, very good. But yeah, anyway, this will mark the end for this episode, and next time is gonna be Ezio time. I think next time I'm gonna be starting off with doing polls immediately at the beginning, because usually I wait around just to see the story and get to know the character first before polling, if I do decide on polling. A couple of times I will decide on polling when it's, you know, by the looks of a character, but for Ezio I don't need much I don't need much incentive. I just need Ezio. But hopefully I can get him. We'll see. I do have a couple of resources now again in the bank, but not much. We'll see. The game, or rather the devs will give that free 10 pull as well along with the patch, so we'll see. Maybe it's gonna be enough. Maybe luck is gonna be back. The last pull session was very bad luck. And I do know that the banners are not gonna be... that the Ezio banner is gonna be its own thing, so... we'll see. We'll see how the luck is gonna how the luck is gonna stand, but yeah, that's gonna be for next time. For now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did so, please consider leaving a like. It will help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Leave a comment, helps a lot as well. And if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. And as I always say, no video will be behind a membership. It's purely there for support. So thank you very much to all the members already doing so. Much appreciated. And I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.